Artie Reynolds here once again with WrestleCraft Radio. And as always, on the other end of the tin cannon string is the burn to my earnest, Mr. Blade Braxton.
Golly, Dale!
Speaking of things that are great, Artie's trip to the grocery!
Boo, hit!
Yeah, a lot of people hate this segment, but I don't care. A lot of people love it. You go on the forum, they had this poll. This was a lot of people's favorite segment. All I have to say, I got a box of Trix cereal.
Yeah?
Like they have watermelon and something that looks like a flower, and oh, it's awful.
In Trix?
In Trix.
Man, Trix shouldn't be odd shapes. They should be those little balls.
Anyway, we have a little bit of news this week. Is Maestro?
No.
Oh, yeah, kid. Sad news. Sad news.
How could you do it to me? I was happy.
I know. I'm sure like I said, some people are probably upset that we're not updating this week. Here's something else that's not going to make you very happy. Palmer Cannon, remember him? He was the network executive on SmackDown.
How could I forget him? He's my favorite recurring character in the world of wrestling entertainment.
Well, he's no longer recurring. He quit the company this week.
Can I just jump off a bridge now?
Lean in close. Lean in close. Artie's gonna tell you something. He's gonna let you in on a secret. Don't get that close. Don't get that close. But a little bit close. Just lean right in. Artie's gonna tell you this. He knows what's gonna happen in the pay-per-view. Are you ready? God isn't gonna show up at the pay-per-view this weekend.
Only Vince McMahon, only a a-hole like Vince McMahon would try to book God Almighty on his day off.
You are a smart man, you know that? I thought of every possible scenario, but even that one eluded me.
See?
I thought of Demolition Blast coming down as God.
Who is that?
The fifth member of Demolition.
The fifth member of Demolition. Who was the fourth?
Right,
Speaking of being utterly confused,
yeah,
I think we were. ECW is making a comeback. Have you seen this? Have you heard the rumors and the news and the gossip?
I have heard the rumors, sir.
Apparently, they're going to be coming back as a developmental territory.
That's neat.
You know, it's a bad idea, and before anyone thinks, well, that R.D. Reynolds, I used to think he was cool, but he's just a dumbass. We want to have ECW back. Kids, I love ECW as much as anybody. They presented a style of wrestling that was different. It was something unique. It was something interesting. It was something that no one else was presenting at the time. Excuse me, and it was great. It was fantastic. I loved ECW. When Vince McMahon is promoting ECW, it's not going to be ECW. It's going to be WWE Light. Especially if they're a farm system, which is what's being rumored. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah. And, you know, you can't go home again.
I hear that music and I want to go home again. I want to hide under my desk and do the duck and cover method. Oh, kids, here we are once again. You know what that music means? It means only one thing. It's time for Blade Braxton Weekly Wrestling Haiku.
Yep. It's that time again.
You know, kids, you can spend the rest of your life hunting down wrestling news. You can. If you want to be a geek and a nerd and a dork with no life, you can do that. You know what? You probably hunted down Dave Meltzer's phone number and tried to call him last week. You're probably sitting there going, who else can we call? I'm going to call up Al Isaac.
Is he alive?
I didn't even know he was sick.
You're probably sitting there going, you know what, RD, I don't care. I'm going to find out everything that's going on. I'm going to call Bill After. I'm going to call Stu Sachs. I'm going to call Eddie Elner. I'm going to call Liz Hunter. I'm going to call Brandy Mack.
Brandy masking tape.
Brandy masking tape. I'm going to find out everything going on. You do that, Poindexter.
I got one for you to call. Call Dan Shockett.
You do that, Mark. You do that. You go waste all your time hunting down all this wrestling news. You don't need to know all that crap. The only crap you need to know is right here in Blade. He takes all the wrestling news. He does that. He calls everybody. He calls Meltzer. He calls Al Isaac. He calls Dan Shockett. He calls them all.
I call R.D. Reynolds, writer of the crapshoot.
That's right. He calls everybody, and he gets all the wrestling news, so you don't have to do this. He takes it all, he reads it, he gets it into his eyeball, goes right in the pupil, right in the little eyeball hole, shoves it right in there, probably hurts. Then he takes the stuff that he gets on the phone, and he plugs it through his eardrum, just pushes it right in with a Q-tip, so that all that wrestling news is right there in his noggin. And then he bangs his head against the wall 6 or 7 times, gets it all churned up, whoa, 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 and it's all in there, and it's all gyrated and pureed, and then it comes out, he takes a big breath, and he regurgitates it in just 17 syllables.
Hey, can I keep on gyrating?
You just keep gyrating as you lay down your weekly haiku, 17 syllables, everything you need to know.
Okay, I'm an ECW fan from back in the day, but like I said, back in the day, 10 years ago, there's been a lot of talk, them signing Sandman, and Francine, and Sabu. Well, here's the truth, fans. ECW is back. Beating a dead horse? More like banging a dead corpse.